Hello.
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 All right. Hello and thank you and welcome to GutPunchRP. We're going to begin today by thanking both ElegeantFeatherDuster and ViciousFrockery for their time on this channel. They've been a tremendous players on this game, this channel, and everything, and we greatly appreciate all the effort that they put into their characters and their stories. And we wish them the best as they go on seeking out new adventures, and we hope that they get as many nat 20s as they possibly can as they play those adventures. Now, we find our characters, our adventurers, traversing the land. A land that now has shadow creeping, rolling, spreading like a virus, splitting their time between walking, riding, and flying. They've been traveling for days. Those days feel like weeks, maybe even months. Time's a little fuzzy for them. See, this familiar land feels different for them. Because while it has only been a handful of days, maybe weeks, since their trip to the Feywild, a trip that, when they think about it, is a little fuzzy. Almost like they're trying to catch a glimpse of something in their periphery. And when they turn their head to look at it, it's not there, or it changed. As if something happened, but they're not quite sure. They remember a party, a castle, all manner of Feywildy creatures, magic and mystery and puzzles. And there was a battle. They do remember there was a battle. They fought the owl. Did they fight the owl? Was that just a tower from a distant memory of a distant encounter? Or maybe it was a dream. But no, they found something. They remember Vafir saying that he could help, but only partially. They remember saying goodbye to their friends. Or do they? Things are a little fuzzy when they try to think about that time. But now, Annabelle, Sheer, and Scotty, they remember that they crossed the Rainbow Bridge and met up with Kyola. And even though Kyola had aged from their last encounter, she had aged again. This time, more dust on her shelves, a little harder to move around, a little lonely. She still has raccoons, all of them named Bolin, but she's been by herself for a few years. And wait, years? Our group has been gone for 20 years? Time does work a little different in the Feywild. And so they travel. They travel headed out to see if they can change a world that has clearly changed in their absence. They know and have found out that the owl has not made it into the material plane yet, or Shar, or whomever. But the shadow and the Shadowfell has broken through a little, although not completely. And they know that the owl's generals have set up strongholds in the land. Gregor in Akabrek, Najara in Lithlad, and Ellie in Scalanes. Given that our group arrived back at the Sherwood Forest, they decided to head to Akabrek, it being the closest stronghold, to seek out Gregor, to be able to rid Scotty's sister of her sleeping curse. 20 years asleep. They refer to her as Sleeping Beauty. We now find, as they walk, fly, traverse in all manner that is available to them, on one of the many watches that we have seen, we find Sheer and Annabelle. Taking watch. What do you talk about?
I mean, Sheer's gonna be being very emo and quietly playing the saddest song ever on this viola.
I know that you do know other songs, but it doesn't seem like it lately.
There've been different songs. I just feel like maybe your ear is more tuned to shanties than.
I mean, maybe. You gotta admit, they do sound pretty similar though. The ones you've been playing the last few nights.
Well, yes, I'm playing what is in my heart.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's
Pulls out her tankard from where it's definitely just sitting beside her. It takes a swig.
I mean, if you were playing music, would something less sad be coming out?
Probably not. Can't blame you. I don't know.
Yeah, now it's whether I'm stuck on where the rubber meets the road, and I can't think of anything old-timey.
Or the cart hits the whale. Hits where the whale hits the road, maybe?
Yeah, that one.
The cartwheel hits the dirt.
Yeah, now we're on the path, and we have to actually
deal with everything.
Yeah, and it's Scotty. It's a rescue, and it's not as much that for us. Sort of like raise an eyebrow at Annabelle.
Yeah, not exactly. I still can't wrap my head around it. 20 years.
Yeah, there's been a lot of, between all of us, just a lot of time lost, and
yeah,
I mean, for me it was like, you had a month before you found out another chunk of time was lost. So it's been like 70, and
Yeah, I suppose.
yeah,
For the whole thing for you.
and I just like, is anyone alive? Did they come looking for me?
Have you tried with your bag that for sending messages?
I mean, I
Don't do
think
that with that thing?
it does. It's nothing's come through since the Feywild, and I'm wondering if the time is not the same
Right.
inside the bag.
Are you checking the
Yeah,
bag?
Maybe fucked with it somehow.
I will take the bag out and check it.
You get the equivalent of 20 years worth of like bureaucratic, like, please verify your identity, like these notes containing the official seal, and then like you then get the late, like basically the equivalent of late notice, late notice, late notice, late notice, late notice. The like the oldest one you find is basically a seal that is asking for like some kind of verification to be sent post haste, to be able to ascertain the veracity of your statements.
I feel like I would have gone through them like quickly, but as I'm going, I'm just like kind of throwing them oldest to the newest into the fire. It's like,
Wait,
well,
hold on.
I mean, I'm keeping the last one. Okay.
Oh,
Well,
you're still flipping through. I just want to look.
Okay. Yeah. Some of these assholes are still alive, I would guess. What is the date on the newest one? Or how long ago would we guess that date is?
So you notice that it is kind of what ends up being like almost a precise quarterly send out. So it's kind of the first, there's the first notice, and then like whenever the next, like the beginning of the new quarter is on like the first day of the month.
Oh gosh.
You get
So what's 20 times
renewal.
4?
yeah.
You gotta call it 80 of these?
80.
800? That's how time works. Whatever the fuck.
A million.
Oh, yeah.
There's a million
I
of
don't know.
them.
Already. Yeah, 80.
A shit ton of them. A metric ton.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's someone's keeping the bureaucracy alive, so I guess that's really what counts.
Guess that never dies.
Yeah. But could be magically automated. I never was really into the paperwork side of things. I was, I guess, busy. All seems like
I'll take your word
nothing now.
for it.
Yeah. Oh, oofda.
I know less than nothing about that sort of thing.
Yeah, they love their records, so hopefully there's still time to. It's like size
about your family,
deeply and
though?
kind. Mhm.
What about your family though? Nothing. I mean, is this from them trying to
Well,
determine that you're actually you, or nothing sentimental or personal at all?
I mean, before we went to the Feywild, there were a few letters that were more in someone's hand,
Yeah.
but if they can't verify it's you, no one came to find me and they couldn't see anything, it is more customary to go lean in to the bureaucracy.
I'll take your word for it.
Yes.
I don't know. I can't imagine going through someone else to find a missing family member when I could just do it myself. I mean, I guess that is what I'm trying to do, but that's beside the point. It's I don't know. It's going through a third party seems so impersonal.
I'm sure. I'm not sure of anything. I hope that they sent a couple actual family members out.
Yeah. Would you
But-
want them to find you?
Stares into fire for like 45 seconds. Yes, I want to see them all again, but I also want to go home and have it feel like home. I don't want to be dragged there, and I don't know if there is a home to go to if we don't stop what's happening.
Yes. Yeah. I got that, yeah.
You know, to siblings and all that, though, always a problem.
Always. Some more than others.
We have maybe 2 of the worst.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I kind of put
Can't deny
down
that one.
yeah, put down my viol and like take out my tankard also.
Cheers.
Here,
To fucked up siblings.
the fucked up siblings.
All right. Now we fast forward, maybe we rewind. It all kind of blurs together for this crew right now. And we find, say, Sheer and Scotty.
I got a double.
Do you think he's dead? I think he's dead. I don't think they would have made it. He would have gotten into so much trouble right now, or he wouldn't have gotten into enough trouble, or he didn't do what he was supposed to do. Cher, what do you think he's doing?
I'm sure wherever he is freaking out just as much as you. He's fine. He's a big, calm man, and there's another one to protect him, and they'll be holding hands, walking down a lovely, idyllic road somewhere. Scotty, calm down.
We did teach him the buddy system. I hope they follow it.
I think they're definitely being buddies, yeah.
Oh, I'm in so much trouble. How are you doing, though?
Why are you in trouble?
It's been 20 years. I told my mom I'd be out and about. Wouldn't be that long. I'd solve it really quick. Be back before she knew it. I think she knows I'm gone at this point.
That's fair. Mothers are unforgiving. But I think more she'd be glad you're back on the material plane, and she seemed powerful. She probably knows stuff.
That's true. At least the Fae and the Feywild think that she knew stuff. I don't know, though. What about you? Is your mom gonna be super pissed at you when you get back for being gone for so long?
I mean, elves are not as prone to getting pissed. It's, it's a long time, but it's also
A lot of meditation.
there is just so much meditating. It's outrageous. I don't think they'll be mad, but really it comes down to they probably thought I was dead for at least the last 20. I mean, I got kidnapped. I wrote them 3 letters.
And they got time napped.
Yeah, so
Have you written them back yet?
I mean, I have to go to like a notary, and we need to go to a town for that.
Oh,
Then they have to
okay.
do like a little drawing and everything. It's you got to fill out the whole form,
Really?
otherwise they'll just keep sending me the quarterly report.
You can't just promise it's actually you?
Well, to like some family members, but also with what's happening, the whole, like, all the family could be out on the road dealing with this. Or, I don't know, maybe they all joined Najara and it'll just be a lovely family reunion.
Oh, that sounds the opposite of... That means we're gonna have to fight your whole family, Sheer. That sounds the opposite of lovely.
No, that would not be lovely. They would absolutely destroy us.
Okay.
Let's hope that's not what happened. And it's just the one sibling.
Your mom's super strong, my mom's super strong. We'll just get them to fight each other and we'll run the other way.
Yeah, I feel like we'd have to run incredibly far, just be like a crater in the middle of the plains.
I think between the two of us, we've got some... We can clear some ground.
Yeah, I'll just become some sort of wolf thing, and you can ride on my back.
Oh, yeah, perfect. Then they'd never recognize you. They'd be looking for Sheer, and you'd be a wolf. It'd be perfect.
I don't know if this is the plan that we want to, like, rest too much weight on, though.
But we'll put it... We'll call it Plan, like, D.
That feels about the right amount up the alphabet for us, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. I mean, with your sister being, like, we know the thing about the sister, right? DM?
Yeah, Scotty's...
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Scotty shared that.
I knew we knew from, anyway. I mean, with your sister being so close, maybe we'll at least have one good and helpful sibling at our sides again.
Oh, no, my sister's still in Valkyr. Gregor's close. We gotta to kick Gregor's ass so she wakes up.
Yeah,
and then
okay.
maybe she can come help us. Oh, I doubt that. She's kind of really not big into fighting.
Also, she's been asleep for 20 years. She cannot be moving real fast.
Yeah. Oh, she's gonna be so pissed at me too.
I feel like they would just be happy to see you and not be pissed, Scotty. You must let that feeling go.
I'll try, but it's really hard. I just feel like somewhere someone's disappointed in me.
Well, I mean, I'm proud of you. You're very impressive.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You're really impressive too. You get our butts
Just,
after
like,
a lot. And you set
Flips her
things on
hair
fire.
a little bit.
And you're really pretty, and your hair is always like spotless and looks great.
Thank you. I do try. It's less and less. I mean, what god am I serving with this? It's a whole thing. I'm having feelings, and I don't like it.
Are you questioning your god? God shopping?
Well, not like. I am just going to let the universe speak to me as it will, and not rely too much on a single source of power. I've been journaling about it. I'm working on how I feel.
That's good. That's really good. You can really process your emotions that way. I like to hit things, but you know, that works too.
And that's also good. I could do with like a bit of a fireballing some
Magic
cultists
fight?
or something.
Magic fight.
I mean, not.
Okay.
Maybe let's not draw attention to ourselves in this creepy ass, I don't know, forest.
Yeah. Oh, I guess we are supposed to be keeping watch.
Oh, yeah, totally. Just starts braiding her hair since she has never kept watch successfully in her life.
Scotty is like going super focused, but she also really sucks at this, so it's got the night vision goggles on. She's trying. She's doing her best.
And now we move to another night where Scotty and Annabelle are serving watch. What do you talk about?
I just don't know. I was supposed to be looking after him, and then we just haven't been separated all these years. And then this is the first time I've been out by myself, and I haven't had family around me.
Okay, but see, I'm wondering if the two of them have actually kissed each other yet. Because, like, yeah, it's been 20 years, but they're just such idiots about each other.
Oh,
Like,
that's right. There was
they
that
could have
that
gone
weird-
this long
yeah.
without actually saying anything
Oh my
about it.
God,
I wouldn't put it past
they
them.
would have gone this long. I was supposed to smack him upside the head and tell him to get on with it.
Right?
Ah.
Same, yeah. I was telling them, yeah, but
Well,
they're
we're just
probably fine.
gonna have to find them now when this is all said and done. Kick their ass if they haven't figured this shit out yet.
Honestly.
How do you do it? This is the longest I've been without any family. This sucks.
Me too. Actually, yeah. I don't know. For the longest time, family was just me and Ellie, and then it was the crew,
Mm-hmm.
and it was Stefan and Luke, and I don't know. Now it's you and me, I guess.
Yeah.
Kind of elbows her inside.
Swings into it. Yeah. You and me.
I'll call you sister.
I'll call you sister too.
And you know, remember how the first day that we met, you called me Annie, and I asked you to call me Annabelle instead? I've been thinking about it, and I think it just felt weird because it was only ever Ellie and Neffin and Luke who
Oh.
called me that. Just family, but I don't know. If you want to call me Annie, I'd be alright with that.
I'd love that. Thanks, Annie.
Shut it. That was her again.
Swings into it. Elbows her back. I'd say you could call me a nickname, but I've always just been Scotty.
Yeah. I can't think of a nickname that would fit you. Scotty just feels right. It suits you.
Thanks, I like it. It serves me well so far, I think.
I think so. We're gonna handle this. You know that, right? At least getting your sister, taking care of all that.
Well, I appreciate your help with it, at least. This is
Of course.
a lot easier than, well, what we originally were doing. We're gonna find Ellie too. We'll get her to listen.
I really hope so. She's stubborn. Listen to me sometimes.
Oh man, I gotta see that.
We can't buy it, honestly.
Family trait?
Yeah, from what I can remember. Fuck. She's gonna look like our mum now.
What was your mom like?
She stubborn just like the two of us. But
Come by it honestly.
oh, that's gonna be weird. Seeing her like this.
I don't know.
Sorry,
times-
that's just gonna be insane. That's gonna be crazy.
They've been really busy. Maybe, like, with all this
That's
Shadowfell
true.
nonsense, she fell into a backwards one, and maybe she's gonna be like a teenager. Or a toddler.
That
She'd be
might be
so
even
much
weirder.
easier to beat if she's a toddler.
That would be a lot easier. That's true. We can hold out hope.
Working on strategies. If we get a Feywild door, and just push her through it, and then count to 10, and then peek in, I think we can get this to work.
Can see what's going on there.
Yeah.
I like this plan. Yeah. Nothing could go wrong.
No, I mean, I guess she could recruit a bunch of allies and beat everyone else up on that side too.
I guess that. Yeah, she would. She absolutely would.
Raise an army of giant Feywild cats.
I can see that. Yeah.
All right. Could everybody remind me what their passive perception is?
Not
For
great.
no reason in particular.
Oh. Well, mine's a big ol' 28.
Oh,
That checks out. 11.
15! Better than I thought.
This makes sense. This is the way.
I see all.
And just for clarification, Annie,
Uh-huh.
you have dark vision, correct?
Sure do.
Excellent. Thank you. All right. Now,
Oh boy.
Oh shit, we're supposed to be keeping watch.
Oh shit.
Ooh.
We're really bad at
We've-
this.
we move to another location. Still out in the wilderness. Still in the evening. And we close in on... Tell you what, Dee, why don't you go ahead and describe your character and tell us what they're up to?
I mean, I should be able to do that, right? We see a 6'4", a very lithe but strong-looking dark brown wood elf woman that has a tattoo of the Wheel of Fortune arcana, just hardly visible, peeking out from underneath the collar. There is this dark verdant green sleeveless vest under which little bits of scale mail can be seen, and around the neck is a wire art holy symbol of a moon engulfed in flame, and sort of dangling from their hip there is a modified flail that's reminiscent of a cat o' nine tails. The most striking part in the darkness is the eyes, however. The heterochromia makes one a flaming silver and the other a piercing red that sort of glow almost in the night. And currently, I believe that they are stalking something that they've picked up on the trail of something that didn't smell right, essentially.
Correct. You have quite a bit of dark vision.
I eat my carrots.
Yeah. So, is there anything that you want to do from about 300 feet out?
I would say yeah. Let's go ahead and kid, and with my 300-foot vision, can I see anyone that appears to be up and active?
I wouldn't say up and active, but go ahead and make me a perception check.
Sure, I can do that. With a perception, that is a 30.
Okay, so it's a fairly clear night with that roll. It is you see the crackle of a camp a flame from what is camp has been set up. You see what looks like a large humanoid form that's kind of tossing what looks like maybe a hammer, kind of just nonchalantly. And then you see a smaller humanoid form sitting near the fire. There's also kind of like a tent that's set up beside the camp.
All right, I will cast Greater Invisibility on myself. And do I sense a presence, one of the presence that I sensed coming from the tent?
Yes. From the tent, you also the smaller being at the campfire.
Gotcha.
You're now noticing that there are two.
Okay.
And I will also say that since you cast Greater Invisibility, go ahead and redo what you previously did.
Okay.
Because you should have advantage now.
Fantastic. That is a 24.
Okay. So describe for me what your approach is.
So as I'm walking, there's actually this small little flying squirrel that crawls in and out of my scale mail and sort of like pushes branches out of my way and scruffles like sticks out of my path to keep me as quiet as possible. And I just sort of like step around because I know that Harold is there. And as I get closer, I just grip the cat o' nine tails and keeping my eye on the ones around the fire, I'd like to try and duck into the tent from the side that's not facing them. Just like lift under one of the pitting down parts and slip inside.
Annabelle, you see the tent flap kind of just move a little bit, almost as if the breeze has, or something has moved the tent.
I'm gonna go over and take a closer look. Just gonna pat Scotty on the shoulder and be like,
You want cover?
by the tent. She's already gone.
GM, I have a passive perception of 31. Do I hear that?
Absolutely.
Wunderbar.
God damn it.
Then I would like to put my hand up to the flap, and as soon as it opens, I want to just cast a spell, and I'll sort of like cast a glance down to do I see that the form is sleeping?
Yes, in trance state.
Trance. I'll take another look at the trancing form. Does it look familiar?
Absolutely. I mean, skin's a little ashier since that you remember, and more a little gray. Definitely not as dark as it once was.
I'll let the hand drop. And I'll poke them.
Sure, you feel a poke. And you're muted.
Classic. I feel like I would be very much laying like classic just vampire style in my trance. And I would just like sit up super, super fast, assuming that we are, being murdered right now. And I see...
Whole lot of nothing. Well, I
Whole
assume
lot of
Annabelle
nothing.
will probably open the flap at this point. Sure. I will.
Annabelle, do you see something? You heard that voice, right?
Yeah, heard that. Starting to just like move my arms around, looking for an invisible person.
I'll just drop the greater invisibility.
Who the fuck are you?
High-pitched scream.
Immediately drawing my sword.
I throw, like, just something from the bedside table, like, directly at your face.
Oh God.
Scotty
I'll
is
just-
just
I
the tent.
have my sword drawn and aimed like directly at you.
I'll bat the thing out of the not the sword, but whatever's thrown at my face. I'll just like, and I'll cast light on my finger. And Annabelle, the woman you see looks like Sheer, but older.
A solid head taller.
Yeah.
Well, that's, I guess, actual real sibling and not a ghost.
No, not a ghost, but I'm not convinced that I'm not speaking to one.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you found me after all these years, but yeah, some stuff has happened, and I'm alive. I like. Sort of, like,
No, you're not.
oh,
That's how I found you, is that you're not alive. Neither is she.
Okay, all right, whatever. Am I good to? Are we good, Share, or can
I mean, you can. I mean, maybe keep it drawn. I don't know what's going on. Last sister was
What?
out here trying to murder us. Why?
I'm out here trying to rid the continent of the undead monstrosity scourge that's been plaguing everyone for years.
I'm gonna need you to take a step away from Sheer, if that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
So also, you weren't looking for me. You just happened to stumble upon me in this great wide continent like an asshole.
Well, I have business on this. I don't need the attitude, firstly. No one has heard from you in how many years? And then you disappear again?
Sheer stands up with just like all 5'2" of her, just like really stepping to you, and like her hideous like little vampire form starts to pop a little bit, and she just goes, "Well, if you guys had found me in the first 70 years, or first 50 years, this wouldn't be a fucking problem now, would it? But no, you just let me get turned into a vampire. Just let Najara do all this."
Let you get to... Do not talk to her. Do not talk about her to me.
I mean, don't talk about her to fucking me either, because now we have to go out here and kill her, and I didn't think I'd have to kill a sibling. At all, ever? That doesn't seem fun.
I'm walking out of the tent.
I just like look at Annabelle. I'm like, can you fucking believe this?
Gotti steps aside and like kind of looks at Sheer like,
Siblings.
are we following? We're letting her go?
Siblings.
I cross my
Yeah.
arms, just very angry, like little sister, and then just like stride after Niall.
Hold the tent flap open for you as you go by and step back.
Okay. Let's
see the little sister now.
rewind
Yeah.
a bit here. Where have you been? It's been 20 years since anyone heard anything from you.
Well, for that bit, we were in the Feywild. We got plenty of quarterly letters from you all. Glad the bureaucracy's alive.
Yes, unfortunately, not even the apocalypse seems to be able to dismantle that.
What's bureaucracy, Annabelle?
I don't know.
All right, fair enough. You...
Seems stupid.
Oh, who are your friends?
Hi, I'm Scotty.
That answers that one,
I'm
Hello?
an undead monstrosity, apparently.
obviously.
Oh,
Thanks.
don't say
I
that
mean-
about yourself.
I haven't seen
No,
any
she said that. You said that.
information to the contrary as of yet.
Wow. Thanks.
Well, Annabelle.
I'm Annabelle,
is-
by the way.
Yeah, anyway, are you staying? Are you gonna hunt undead monstrosities with us and stop the apocalypse, or are you just gonna say hi and?
Insult us?
GM, how close is this to the temple?
Y'all are about a day away from Akabrek after your travels.
I only came this far because I sensed two rather strong undead presences getting closer and closer to a safe space. So I came to investigate and probably deal with it, yes. I'm sorry that I didn't know that it was my sister who had reappeared after having disappeared for 50 years. Only 2 decades this time, so bravo for that.
Just like seething silence. Just deep fucking. I have so many more things to say, but I just want to circle back. Safe space.
There's a temple for the resistance, as it were. Man, it is kind of whack when you say it to people who aren't dependent on it. It sounds a lot less cool than it normally does. But oh, well, she told me a story or 3 about her time with you all before it was brief as it was, but Halsey and I have been keeping things as together as we can.
Are there
Alright,
more members of the Church of Saloon out there still? How's the
None.
resistance looking is more the overarching question.
Our numbers grow fewer every day. I've found that it's worse for morale to count. So Halsey does
well,
the
then.
specific strategic bits.
Which one's Halsey again?
The one with the hat. Or the one who was trying to find her hat. The one who was helping us out when you were off after you'd gotten kidnapped for a bit by Natasha.
Oh, okay. I'm kind of.
Yeah.
Well, I am glad you are all right, if that is worth anything.
Chokes back like a very shitty retort. I am glad that you are also alive and anyone's alive, yes.
Grandmother knew you weren't dead. Both times, actually.
She's astute that way. I would, yeah.
It's terrifying.
Oh. Yeah, especially like when you're learning from her and you see her do weird stuff, you're just
Yes.
like, wow, that
Yeah.
could have been me one day.
Yep.
Guess it still could be. Is she still alive?
Yes. She and Mother still run the city, though a bit differently as times are different, I suppose. I haven't been home in quite some time. As you can imagine, this type of thing keeps you busy.
I can imagine. I feel like I had so many questions and so many things to say, and now just...
And that's, I just full hug my sister.
There's like
And,
little
pick her up and
T-Rex
everything.
arms for a second, and then
Yeah.
also hugs her sister.
Interesting note for you, by the way. Her eyes were not heterochromatic last time you saw her. Well, it's nice to meet the other two of you, Skadi, Annabelle. I am Anal. I'm Shear's older sister. And Cleric of Saloon.
Hi.
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 So, you're a vampire.
Well,
Are you just like a zombie, a lich in training? Yes.
Fuck if I know. Actually,
All right.
that's kind of part of the whole thing. I know I got killed at some point in the Shadowfell, and now I'm here and still breathing. Don't know how that happened yet. Still trying to figure that one out. But here we are. I know my sister did something.
As she says that, Anile,
Oh no.
this small woman standing before you, seeming much taller than she actually is, looks a lot like Ellie. Wanted by the Church of Saloon. Definitely wanted for starting the apocalypse, if you will.
I think a faint outline starts to glow around Anile, and the hair starts to shift ever so slightly as light starts to gather the hands. And she says,
you could calm
Sister.
it down.
You good?
Sky's gonna put herself between Annie and Sheer and Hanal.
Say again?
Sorry, I just didn't notice the resemblance until just now.
Oh, so you've met her then?
Once or twice.
Sorry. She didn't used to be so terrible. If that is any sort of help.
And there's a very Hanile wants to be unnecessarily upset at Annabelle, but as she says she didn't used to be like this, there's the flash of Naraja, and it's just like no, I get it, unfortunately.
No, you two yeah, the two of you've got one too.
Yes, I know she was prone to hitting her head on things growing up, but I never thought she'd get this off the rails, to say the least.
As far as I know, mine just kind of got taken in by a really powerful goddess who had some big plans and found a vulnerable teenager to manipulate into doing her bidding. So, here we are. Fast forward quite a number of years. Apparently.
I make a living out of studying the gods and their patterns, and it's not lost on me that the forces of Saloon seek to fight her sister, and sisters are put on opposite lines of that conflict itself. The gods are comical when they wish to be. Well, that's not exactly appropriate to say now.
Mm.
I didn't say it was inaccurate, just appropriate.
Well, next time Sune comes and talks to me, she can take it up with me.
Pardon?
Next time a god comes and talks to me, they can take it up with me. I mean, you.
Next time.
Well, I guess that was 20 years ago in 2 weeks now, but I technically talked to the goddess. Lovely, very obviously very pretty. I wish not to speak too ill of her since I have awesome powers granted to me from this super powerful god. I say, I kind of look up a little bit, but then like look back. But yeah, I mean, I'm going with those. Like, it's left me 70 years. I'm just doing the math of assholery, and it's 70 years of math.
I need a fucking vacation. And I will just sit on the ground.
Want a drink? Offers are my tankers.
I don't drink, thank you though.
Fair enough. More for me.
So, what is your current plan?
We're going to go fight a man named Gregor, who, I mean, you're in here, you probably know that, to get Scotty's sisters back, single sister, to wake up. Yeah, she's the only one with siblings who haven't gone bad, I guess, so take care of that first.
Yeah. Somebody knock on wood right now. Like, I
That's-
like pull out my crossbow to like knock on the handle of it, like put that away.
I don't know, if hitting your head is a lot, then I'm the sibling that's about to go bad, so you guys are gonna have to take care of that if it happens.
You would never. Come on now.
Is that it? That's the extent of your plan? Just
Well, that's
walk in?
We don't exactly know much.
We were gonna do some recon first, unless you have a brilliant plan, or like a map, or maybe an inside man.
I have been plotting various ways to kill that man for the better part of the last 5 years, so I would certainly like to pool our efforts together, rather than letting you three just try and storm the keep.
Well, storm is a strong. We'd use some finesse, okay, but also, yeah, no, if you have a plan that's taken 5 years to hatch, just
And not execute ever.
All right. Well, I am busy. All right, and it's not so much a plan as it. Why are we talking about me? What, haven't you three been gone for 20?
Yeah,
you're
that's
new.
why.
As
We know
y'all
each
are
other. We know
having this
this.
conversation, because apparently my
no.
sound effect is not coming through, you
Hmm.
hear.
Shit.
And I
Snuff
need
the
you
fire.
all to roll me initiative.
Damn it, I was too late,
Yeah.
son of a bitch.
we're just little
Um,
guys. We're just having a forest argument. Leave us
Alright.
alone.
Yeah. Puppies!
Oh,
I-
I am back on
Ooh!
sheer bullshit
Oh,
rolling. Look
yes!
at
Oh, good shit, good shit.
How do I
How do we
play
do
this
this?
dragon
that.
game?
I don't
right?
know.
How
I
does
don't
that,
know anymore.
How does that work?
Oh, I've got to roll initiative too.
Uh-oh.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Goddamn wolves.
This is puppies. This is
Just little
I should have been a ranger.
just have them stand in like one area. I'm just gonna fireball them.
It's just if you don't mind, could you just like group them all together in like a 20-foot circle, if at all possible?
All right. 25 to 20.
Oh shit, I
22.
didn't actually do the math part.
Oh.
Nice.
26.
Oh shit.
Nice.
And then 19 to 15.
15.
What did
That's a
Sheer get?
7.
Sheer keeping it consistent in the new year. I like
Yeah.
it.
I rolled well once.
And then I need you all, as you hear this howl cry out, I need you all to make me
Uh-oh.
wisdom saving throws.
Oh, what?
Is this a spell?
What kind
It is not.
Damn
It is
Aw.
it's an ability.
I know make use of this.
Okay, all right.
Oh,
that'll do.
doing great, doing great. A wisdom? Oh, fuck you. Just gonna put that die over there.
Time out for that die.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just like, I'm not gonna roll above 10. Don't worry about it.
All right. Anybody who rolled less than a 16, you are now frightened.
All right.
Me.
But a 16 passes?
16 meets it, beats it.
Okay, cool.
So, okay. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and take our break here, and then we'll come back to the Roll20 map and all that fun stuff after the break, and we'll take on some fun little combat. So if you are watching this on Twitch, just hang out for a little bit. We're gonna go take a bio break and stretch, and then come back for the rest of the session. If you're watching us on YouTube, then you will see the next part of the session in the few days. For those of you, if you've just joined us, we're GutPunchRP. We are an RPG stream focused mostly on tabletop games, as well as charity. We will announce our quarterly charity event in February, as we kind of are getting geared up with the new year. Yeah, that's who we are. We do cool things. Give us a follow on all the stuff. You can find us on all the social media as GutPunchRP. All right, we'll be right back in just a few minutes.